for manso. Ghana as a democracy, me sure say in our entire history as a country, we've ever been exposed to danger of this magnitude ever in the history of this country. And it's unfortunate that people who are leading this reckless spree Ghana, we our own people we call our friends, people we call family from our own background and as a forum. And very often what you say is Captain and so the slavery days now compare now you can tell say yetimiya danger even what happened those times, because we are very people are always it is about us, the yebenyani the yebedi, but what happens to the other guy we don't care. This rice as I already know yeah water yeah rely kruma because of galamsey ya poison cyanide then as a form ajimo afa ena yaba bedru aduane and company in question ya kan ho asemi. This is not the first time why yes ade we yo. In 2021 say offer the Auditor General's reporter, this same company was accused of distributing unwholesome food to people. This same company, 2021 Auditor's General report. Then we come back to 2023-2024. The same company, that is the culture of criminality. That is what they engage in. But because they have people at higher places, then as a always they get through with whatever that they want. Because a company at the Momba Krumana say Mona expire. You don't get the FDA to change your friend saying the date expiry date. Because expiry date, a date yeah. Me say Uber hospital, medicine, drugs, hospital, you can't expiry date yeah. That is the date the manufacturer can guarantee the safety of the product. So a part you can no longer hold the manufacturer accountable whatever that happens. And in this particular case, company na ye aye na dibia at the expiry date team so na say or the back. Nasa with me get the FDA to change the date, expiry date here. Then there are a whole lot of questions that we need to ask as people. And to get that particular unwholesome food to our schools, buffer stock. We will say investigations by no more these unwholesome food ended up in our schools. Distributed to students then as a forum. It's always about the cash, the money. That is what inspires people. So at the end of the day, rules of engagement, ethics, principles, values, everything has been trashed into the bin, and we are just following the greed. And it's the reason why we are here. I am not surprised at this thing. I see a name. You will not see any proper investigation be able to come. I bet me I bring the corporate, because I'm told that Ashanti Regional Police Command arrested officials of this particular company. Call from the above and the buyer, they released all of them. They did that. Your friend says, I'm going to take a sample of the food. I test and who say food and you're wholesome. Then after that particular call, and sana yedi aduane ko buffer stock, I could distribute. So by the time of food air corner, they knew say and you're wholesome, but they don't care. Because the very people you have entrusted this country into their hands to seek to the welfare of Menewono don't care about Menewo. They only care about how they can make money, put their families at a position as Sebi. Or when they die, their generation will come and take over. Because Ghana Nasana Kwakoye. But me say, this is the time for you, Neme. Now you take it up the stage. The Yanka say politics those times the pressure for few fancy guys be a sebi or man say or be to A class schools and menawo and the ordinary Ghanaian we need to take a stake in our politics and say this enterprise called Ghana. No, we are all stakeholders. Obi share and Obi, we own the same share. So it is our collective might and a collective responsibility to ensure that we shepherd this country and make sure that we make this country a better place. Because in America, you drops in a couple of individual sacrifice. At some point, some people died. Because so what's your mind? You're not ready to make sacrifice. Trust me, you will never get anywhere. And this is the time for us to make that ultimate sacrifice as young people. Say no, we cannot invest emotions into politics. We need to invest wisdom. We have to be very critical. There is this notion and tag out there. We are young person now. We are very vocal, very critical. They tag you as arrogant. But you say this is no arrogance. Criminals have taken over our country. People who are in to satisfy their greed, their insatiable desire for wealth. They are the very people who are mismanaging this country. And here we are at the crossroad. We just want a way out. But consistently, there is nothing that these people are doing. We are average and the ordinary Ghanaian and what who said this particular thing our interest. Because distributing such poisonous food to kids, do you know the implication as we speak? Say you come acquire house screening, the impact of some of these things. Captain, the ketwa. And some of these things, you don't know the name so in any war. We name the consequences and some of these things, people do these things and they get away with it, and that is the problem. And again, to get the FDA to say a wholesome food after all these controversies, natural say how we can bend the state institutions. Ordinarily, we are supposed to trust them, because these state institutions, any FDA. So no wonder people are out there selling your friends or person will know about that neuronin poisoning among for liver and kidneys, because the FDA is not doing what they are supposed to do. It's just a matter of a call from up there. Then they will change everything, and that is exactly what is playing out in this particular situation. So I'm telling Ghana for say, so what is a Captain Smart Betana no pa? We are here talking. It doesn't mean that Kasa no be pay. And as we are very much concerned about the trajectory of Ghana economy, because Ghana today is in the hands of criminals who only seek for their welfare. Because there be a mechanism, Senka Ghana, but be a could do Senka any decency, Bianca Bawumia will not even get the courage. Bejana Ghana for him so Omonto Abamani, because he is just a Chinese version of Akufo-Addo. Just a Chinese version. It is a Uhu Akufo-Addo. Oh, Captain. Say Akufo-Addo Indiana said the Chinese version, then you can imagine the kind of danger you are in. Because maybe I say, CIA, look at the economy today. Say a come in Ghana to the stand say, oh, your friends say external creditors we are all unable to pay near the China cut. You have to go and beg them. So on fire kind of Ghana and your patch and your child and I will Ghana near patch and need chow some funny channel. We were begging other institutions and that's for
the Chinese.
Oh, Captain and the Papa no way, because Obia Oba as economist. We'll say you have the solution to all the problems, and then look at the CD, look at the dollar. Share your debt portfolio, and the debt to GDP.
You see, you don't understand.
Understand what?
Because you are not an economist.
That is a joke.
You see, the fact that when the fundamentals are weak, exchange rate will expose you. Yes, it's 100% correct. Yesterday and today, but it is a warped logic for anybody to think that when the exchange rate is not doing good, it means the fundamentals are
Captain, that was his response to you. Your politics and the jokers have taken the center stage. You see, they wear fancy coats, stand on the political platforms, turn themselves into comic enthusiasts. Then they wow the people with those silly analogies and those kind of stuff. At the end of the day, the major factor has to do with what is prevailing on the economic front. The average Ghanaians, the daily economic realities, and that is the economy. It is not about the words you use to describe it, because when it comes to using words, those platitudes, some of us are very good at using words to, make things look like those things. People are good because I'm forced to yes, but the reality is the daily economic realities of the average Ghanaian. What that's already and they go to Abosokai or how many of them are able to do that? And importing as for a good because of the dollar. That is the promise Dr. Bawumia made to the people of this country. So why is he not out there telling the people of this country, say, I told you, said John Mahama, you're reckless. Now, I'm coming to do better. Today, look at the city, look at the dollar, look at your friends, your debt rating as a for them. For the first time, motor government bonds and then as a for them, you see a debt restructuring as a result. None of the core bank and the Mikoshi are so oh, me, not Nisua Tata and the Adaya, also the Nisika. He's around 60 years. He's supposed to get his money to buy his medication. But government is telling him to postpone the maturation date. And a death sentence and what pass your man. Because as a health personnel, what I know is people after 60, 70, 80, you need your doses of medication to survive on daily basis. You cannot postpone it. There is no negotiable. So if government that's all minor boka and Makachra, the reason why we are here today, because of certain reckless, foolish decisions some individuals decided to take. For instance, Keno Forata, when he started borrowing in that reckless fashion, yet now money ready away so come they never listened to any of us. You understand? And then at the same time, Ghana for Kyei, you saw what happened in this particular country. Yeko bond market akobo bosi and then for captain, look at the amount of money Yakoko raise here, and then you know by a so where we were expecting government to intervene, now with the Sika young class 7 as a forum cathedral. How many times I mean one Taranka cathedral? Yakobu judges dying go here, and then I see in 2012. Ye bua dining in to go here. Ekosi, is here Kosi cathedral, and let Amanana Daho $58 million. These are the realities. So you see, Baby Yababedru Ghana, you will have to sacrifice where the president was telling people, say, they should sacrifice, It's not as if, say, or mine running and a mistake, but a deliberate, conscious, reckless decision. These people decided, say, or mobile just for their stomach, just for their personal way. So I know the day, may no end so far. Is the reason why Ghana abaye a laughing stock in the community of nations, and every facet of our society is done. And these people are out there still have the courage to tell people, say, and then I will carry a football crash. Here be a Ghana football could do. Because people in charge, because of recklessness and mismanagement, they can't even tell people who are running football, and the football association, is full of crooks, criminals, and phony characters. And on Ghana football, they call themselves football people. And look at how far these people have messed our football. Ghana winning growing up. And when they come to football, a beacon of hope on the radar of some of these things. I'm for Kyei, I say, the Brazil of African football. And then look at the nature of our football. And even the decency to say, oh, come on, I've embarrassed myself. Let me step down for people to come. No, they don't even have that decency. And our football is on the decline. So, Ghana says, now we are babunu, now we two near. You be say, where is the future? Where is that particular future coming from? But this is a Ghana now, dear Bakwana, in the olden days, a hope, the glimpses of hope, because as a country you can lose everything, but one thing you cannot lose, a hope, because the very moment you lose it, it endangers everybody. Because when young people wake up and they don't have hope, what it means is that Obia Baye lose canon. You can do whatever that you want to do to survive. And Omaino is doing everything possible to take away some of these incentives. Our average and the ordinary Ghanaian Bejina should be. So President Akufo-Addo in the last 8 years, that's our trans-year review. Now, Bisano will say, how Ghana baby do, and he will be very honest with himself. And for me, his presidency will forever be consigned to the dark pages of our political history, because Nema Wayeno or Baso Bebo mine, he has liberated criminals and they've taken over this country. Or mine as he said, there is nobody in charge. And you can name individuals who think that this whole presidency, government, leadership is about grabbing wealth. And then I will count the number of Anema Manforces at the other side. The environment as you protected, and they liberty among for Monam so Agalam say no to say and Sas Yensu, and now what's Ghana? Win him whether you are liver and as a kidney say and as a win him, because consistently you are taking these doses of poison without even realizing it. The government are the ultimate responsibility to stop some of these things, and they're interested because to them it's business as usual. Because the average and the ordinary Ghanaian so your politics, NDC, MPP, some trauma way, them trauma way. So this division among us, are creating strength. And these people are leveraging this strength to do whatever they do. Because meaning say, if I sit here and mess up, I have friends, Captain Smart and me, they will support me. So always there is enough motivation. You understand? Exactly. And unfortunately, leadership in our part of the world, we don't enlist the best of brains. Because it is about enlisting sycophants, bootlickers, people who will sing hallelujah choruses, all to the praise of who appointed us. So I know the day, the critical mindset now, Nipana ya appointed, they are not doing it. And then look at our Supreme Court today. Look at our court. Every single institution is folding up under political maneuverings and the pressure, because they think that they own allegiance to some individuals or the number. But and I'm saying, Yatsana say, and I making appointment that is based on merit. I'm not sure say we'll be here today. And President to a name he doesn't even realize it, because the very people around him are all praise singers. They are all hallelujah chorus singers. So he's not even able to give a second thought about what is happening. And that is the kind of system that we want. I will Kroma say. So today in Africa, poverty about the blueprint. We are just selling poverty for people so that we control them. Because and by mistake is by design, and that is the playbook that is in play in Africa. Make sure you impoverish the people so that you be in control. And that's exactly the kind of playbook that has been in the system. Follow Nipano, Obama 5 Ghana, Obama 100 Ghana, 200 Ghana. Because just imagine how insulting it is for somebody to approach you say 1,000